Hi everyone, Telios here. This will be the Phase 3 South regular combat mission. I'll be using my first order team, in which I have the mods in a previous video, so I'll link that in the description if you want to check out the mods. Otherwise, this will be this should be pretty straightforward. I anticipate that I'm going to get about 3 out of 4 waves, depending on the RNG that I get with certain characters. So this is pretty bad already. I'm like taking a wild amount of damage from Clone Sarge, like super early here. I'm gonna feed TM to Kylo, because I want to reset his stun as soon as humanly possible. I'm going to summon the bot to take off some of the damage buffs from the Clone Sarge. Starting with 2 is obviously really unlucky because they start like fully loaded with TM. So having 2 is really, really bad, because they just do a crap ton of damage. So wow, losing Stormtrooper, First Order Stormtrooper in the opener. I've never gotten so unlucky. This South Territory is way worse than the Mid Territory here in Phase 3. My IT team also got super unlucky. So it's, man, that's really, really frustrating. Like in the previous wave, I could basically walk through, the first couple waves without even having to think about anything, and then him dropping so early, that's going to bode really, really poorly for the rest of this combat. He brings a taunt. He brings buff generation, which in turn is a protection generation for the rest of the team. Like losing him early is just really, really bad. So I probably only will be able to go maybe like 2 of 4 waves here, without having his protection regeneration. All of my characters are going to be really vulnerable to the rest of the combat here. Like I guess starting with 2 clone Sarge, like you saw how quickly they took turns back to back. I don't know how you control them. If I didn't use cruise special on the tank, then it would have stayed up. Yeah, I think here we try to focus on the clone medic. Since I have an ability block on him, I'm going to switch to the sharpshooter and see if I can. Okay, well, he's stealth, I guess. So, yeah, I'm going to be. I don't know. I am just going to attempt to take out the clone medic and see if I can control him long enough to get around to sharpshooter. There aren't 2 sharpshooters, so I have some time, but it's really problematic with sharpshooter because once he starts landing exposes, you're going to be in trouble. I mean, Kylo Ren Unmasked doesn't. Kylo Ren Unmasked doesn't take bonus damage from exposes, but look at how much damage Sharpshooter did there. So even without... Oh, you know what? I confirmed this previously when I was doing this territory battle. The exposes from Sharpshooter are not resistible, so crew will end up taking the 60% damage from expose, even though he's not supposed to. So I don't know if that's working as intended. I found some other really weird bugs too, like characters healing when they have healing blocks. So there seems to be some questionable mechanics in the territory battle here. I'm working on the clone commander because as soon as I hit the sentinel, it's going to stealth. So it just doesn't really matter too much. For me to switch targets there. This wave I got really, really lucky. if this was something else, there was potential for me to get super wrecked here. Um, you notice that I'm feeding TM to Kylo Ren unmasked over and over again. His stun, I want his stun like off cooldown all the time. Um, it's really the only way to manage these clones through the combat phases. So I'm on wave 3, and depending on what I get on wave 3, there's potential that I get absolutely destroyed here. So having two Sarges is obviously really, really bad. Um, the Vanguard is going to taunt at some point. Those two Sarges are going to do a crap ton of damage to me. Cody with the full assist. I think they're probably going to be able to take down crew. So this is also super bad, right? So now I have to cleanse the clone trooper in order to get around him instead of being able to cleanse one of the clones, one of the clone Sarges. So this clone Sarge with the double buff, this is he can't have double buff. He literally will kill your whole team with one AoE when he's got double buff. So the other clone at least has or at one point had ability block. I This is a tough call. I think I have to stun this one because he's got the highest turn meter. Um, and now the Vanguard is taunting, so we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Again, I said without having the First Order Stormtrooper to do a lot of taunting with me here, big, 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 big problems. At least I got that stun off, but again, we're in trouble because that clone trooper, yeah, that's exactly what I figured was going to happen. That clone trooper just has all the buffs he needs to destroy my whole team, and I can't get around him. I can't get around this tank because now Kylo is down. So all I have to do is just keep hitting on the Vanguard over and over again. But the medic is still up, so the likelihood that I'm gonna actually survive this is really, really low. Just really, really low. If I can kill, um, well, I did get the kill on the Vanguard, and of course he's immediately back. So at least the bot that we have from platoons is doing work here. It's laying down debuffs and stuff. I don't think that's going to be enough. And of course, the clone trooper here is taunting, and if I can't get around him, or if I can't control him in any manner, I yeah, he's going to counter. They're going to kill the bot. And you just saw Clone Sergeant do like 100,000 damage to Kylo Ren unmasked. So yeah, this is what happens when you get super fucking unlucky. That's it. We lost a character in the opener, couldn't recover from that, and went 2 of 4 waves in phase 3. And again, this isn't like some random, G9, G10 first order team. We're talking first order, all G12.5 plus. The only thing they don't have is finishers, and they're all in tier 6 premium, like arena grade mods. Mods that I would switch on to my Sith Empire team for arena. So yeah, I don't know what you do. Get luckier and you get more combat waves in. I don't think G13 would have even done anything there. I don't think G13 would have made a single bit of difference. That's literally like clones chained turns on me in their opener, killed my stormtrooper, and I never recovered from that because you need the double taunt and First Order stormtroopers buffs in order not to get wrecked into the later waves. So there you go. 2 of